Oh, come on. That's your boss.
Oh yeah, yeah. The manager telling me to get back to work. It's become a Zoom ritual that I just have to hold her up so people hear a dog and they're like, "Let me see the dog."
I know. Let's see it. It's good strength training.
Exactly. Yeah, she's heavy. Congratulations on
Oh,
getting
thank
Prime
you.
into Sundance. Is this your first Sundance experience?
It's my first Sundance experience. It's my first movie. It's my first. It'll be the first time I'm seeing it in a theater, with an audience, and good sound.
Yeah.
So I'm, yeah, first.
So can you walk us through the process of coming up with the idea of Prime and what was that initial kernel of idea where you were like, "There's something to explore here"?
So like I started as a makeup artist, so I've been doing makeup for a while now on a lot of like indie sets and stuff like that. And I was just working on a movie that this is a few years ago now, but where it just so happened there were lot more vegetarians than there were meat eaters. And someone said like, "Oh, is this your meat meal or something?" And they didn't even say it like bad, but I was like, yeah, but like, I don't really eat meat all the time, and like, and I felt like really weirdly defensive about it. And so I kind of sat with that, and on the way home I was just kind of laughing to myself like, why did I think that? And sort of just thinking about food in that way kind of started the ball rolling.
You mentioned working in the makeup department previously, and this is your first time directing. What do you
Yeah.
think is the most important thing you picked up working on all of those sets that you were able to bring into making Prime?
Oh my gosh, we only have 10 minutes. I mean, honestly, like when you're on set for makeup, you're behind monitor, and a lot of times you're right next to the director, producer, like all this stuff. And then you kind of have, on good productions, you're there, you read the script beforehand. There's lots of pre-production, and just kind of standing by monitor and kind of being a sponge. And then the interesting thing too is like getting talent in the makeup chair and then hearing their true feelings about what maybe is going on. And then, the director comes in and they have kind of a different face or whatever the thing is, or just being such a fly on the wall and trying to be a sponge in as many cases as I could. And also kind of being like, oh, I would do that a little differently. Or like, if they just moved over there, if they just said this one thing, that would probably help this. But having to just and like not say those things. And so Prime was sort of an exercise for me and like, well, I've been kind of thinking about this for a while. Like, can I do it myself? And even seeing, I mean, I've been on set with like some amazing directors and amazing talent, and some not so successful. And sometimes those experiences can be equally, if not more helpful in kind of how, if I were to run a set, like what would it be like, you know?
Is there any particular director you'd want to give a shout out to where their style was like, you know what, I want to emulate that to the best of my ability?
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to think if I should name names. Carlo Mirabella Davis did Swallow, and I did Hair for Swallow, and how calm he was with everyone, and how thoughtful. And even though like on set you have such little time, and I've seen some directors really get to them, and they get stressed out. But even if he was, I'll speak for him, but even if he was very stressed or maybe things weren't going his way, I never felt that whenever I spoke with him. And he always like tuned in if I ever had a question. And working with a few different directors at this point, you don't always get that.
The press notes mention how this started as an existential comedy, and the final product isn't particularly funny. So I'm wondering, was there a point in the process where you decided to lean away from any comedic aspects and focus more on the psychological?
I mean, I still think it's funny. So do with that what you will. But I think because my strategy I love movies where you don't really know if you should laugh. And I think that there's a lot of that in this. I think that I really wanted the performances to be really grounded in reality, and I wanted the cinematography to be beautiful and also like very grounded in reality. And it kind of got to the point where I was like, I don't know if people are going to understand like some of these jokes, and I kind of like that. Because I myself am a clown, and so it's funny that people like taking this so seriously to me and like some of the things and also the actors were amazing because I think that there were so many different ways that you could read some of those lines and no matter what I was having them do or say like I always believed them and that to me like really sold it and it kind of turned into this thing where it's just like okay it's a little bit more it's a little darker than I first was thinking but I kind of like it like that because it could kind of go in any direction. And it was kind of hard to figure out the genre that it could be because you could say it's like a horror, you could say psychological drama, you could do all of these things. But I think my hope is that, different people watch it and take different things away from it.
I did love the scene where I'll avoid specifics, but like Claire learns what she's eating and she's talking to those other two actors, and the way they're talking does feel like how like you kind of get lectured by vegans or vegetarians,
Yeah.
but like it's that kind of grounded, but they're talking about like something else. But like I just thought that was like those are really great performances.
Oh my God, they killed it. And that's my favorite scene. And my favorite line is when Alex says, like, did you want to meet her first? Like it's like but she said it so seriously and so earnestly. And I their performances like and the conditions that we shot that scene in, I mean, it was cold. There's like they were very close to the fire, like, but like we're fine. And everyone just kind of gave it their all. And we were on such a low budget, and it was sort of like, how do we make it seem like there's not two people in this cult? And there's a lot of creative editing. Shout out to my editor. But they just did such a great job. I'm so grateful to everyone who helped with this.
And I saw you have Tim Heidecker as the voice of Peter in Prime. I'm a huge Heidecker fan, so I just have to ask, like, how you met him or how'd you get him involved?
Well, okay, so then I have to ask you, how many bags of popcorn do you give Prime?
Oh, I get it. Yeah, all the bags, all of the bags. But
I worked as a makeup artist, I worked with Tim, and he's the best. Like, he knew I was like talking about this short film, when we worked together. We worked on this movie called Fior di Latte, that we shot it not last summer, but the summer before. And he when I approached him because he has a great podcast voice and I kind of reached out to him and I was just like, hey Tim, like would you do these lines for me, because I also think it would be funny if you were this character Peter. And he was like sure. And he said it was my rap gift.
oh,
And he's the best. And Mickey Sumner, I worked with her on a movie. I don't want to say the name because it's not out yet, but she's amazing. And just she actually agreed to do the voiceover without seeing the movie first. And I was just and she when I came to her apartment with my sound designer, she was like, "Oh, I was so relieved." I was like, you didn't even watch it." She was just like, "No, I just said yes." And I mean, how amazing is that? There's a lot of trust there because it could have been a real stinker. You never know. But Tim was great and he got it to me so quickly and he rules. He's the best. He's so funny and lovely and supportive.
congratulations again on Prime. So I just have to ask, do you have anything else in the works or what's next for you?
Well, I mean, I have like so many ideas for things, but I mean, I would love to make the feature version of this. I think the world is pretty rife for opportunity there to kind of expand, and I have a few ideas there. So, in my dream of dreams, that would be what happens.
Definitely love to see a feature version of Prime. If that happens, I'd love to see it. And thank you again so much for taking the time to speak with me today.
Thank you for speaking with me. This is amazing. Thank you so much, Mike. And I'm waiting for your review of A Bone Temple because I was looking at your thing and I'm very excited for that movie too.
Oh yeah, I actually just posted my review I think yesterday, so it's
Oh,
up.
you did?
Yeah,
All
it's
right, I'm gonna wait till I see it and then I'm
oh,
gonna watch it because I'm so psyched for that movie. I think it's gonna be amazing. Jack O'Connell
I
is a beast.
what did you think of 28 years later, the last
I
one?
liked it.
Yeah.
But I have to say, the last 3 minutes of that movie, I was kind of like, I would watch that movie all day. And then I found out that,
That's and that is Bone Temple. So I really love Bone Temple. I think you're gonna dig it if you
oh,
like
I'm psyched.
28
I'm
years
I'm
later.
super psyched for it.